Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here, and yes, you have voted and you have decided that the next club we're doing for the Journey Career Mode is indeed Atletico Madrid. I want to thank every single person that voted. We got about 20,000 or so votes, which is incredible. And to be fair, there was actually a decent amount of votes that wasn't just for Atletico. I would say in the end, about 40% of the votes went for Atletico, and the other 20 would probably be evenly distributed between Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Valencia. Valencia actually got a surprising amount of votes, but in the end, there was a clear winner. We are going to be taking over Atletico Madrid. We're in Spain. We're in La Liga. I'm looking forward to it. Atletico Madrid have a brand new bitchin' stadium in the game, kind of similar to Atlanta. And then, of course, we're in La Liga, so we're going up against some of the heavy hitters like Barcelona and Real Madrid. This should be fun. Of course, being outside the top six means I'm fairly confident we're not actually playing in Champions League in the next season. And I did say that if we did do an Atletico Madrid career mode, we'd have to struggle in the Europa League, at least for the first season. But you know what? That's cool. We'll try to see if we can do well in the Europa League. But the main goal is to honestly try to win La Liga. And I think we could do it. Because take a look at this starting 11. That is mad. That's one of the best teams I've ever just walked into in a career mode ever. How does this team finish 6th? I don't even care if it's La Liga. That is ridiculous. In goal, Jan Oblak, and he's actually not that old either. He's still 29 years of age, despite being a few seasons into the career mode. A back four of an 89 rated Lucas Hernandez, Caldara, we've got Skriniar, and then former Newcastle player Kevin Mbabu, by the way. He's the lowest rated player in the starting 11 at 83. But I'd still think you'd be great. There's no need for me to replace him, but I might just to get everyone in the starting 11 over an 85. Thomas Lemar left mid. We've got Rodri and Frankie de Jong going to Barcelona in real life, but came to Atletico here. Angel Correa and the strike force of Richarlison and Antoine Griezmann, of course, still at Atletico Madrid in this career mode too. And he is getting on a little bit. He's 31 years of age, but I still think we've got a good year or two left with him. A substitute bench that looks like this, 80 rated, 35-year-old goalkeeper Adan, so we could maybe do with some slightly better backup goalkeepers, I don't know. Dumfries, Ruiz, we've got Gelson Martins, Koke, a left mid that can play both centre mid and right mid, so he's a very handy bench player to have in this team. Baselli, who's actually 30 years of age, might move him on, and a good backup striker to have, Moussa Dembele. And a pretty capable batch of reserve players as well. Some that are in the 80s and some that are high 70s, mid 70s. Some younger players as well. A lot of faceless or pictureless players, which does my head in, but still some good players in there. But honestly, wow, what a team. I do not have to do that much with transfers at all to start this season. But I think I'm still going to make some changes when we eventually go in to the next transfer window. I don't really have a good backup left back for Lucas Hernandez. If I were to play another player at left back, I'd be playing them out of position since he's really the only left back that we have. So Stanley Insoki, or Insoki, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm not quite sure, but we've approached the point in career mode where the release clauses are just not accurate enough and you can get some serious bargains, like, for example, this man, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to buy a $16.5 million value left back that's 23 years of age and about to hit an 80 overall for $5 million with his release clause. Less than insane. As for wage, I'm probably just going to play it safe here, give him an 80 grand a week wage. Could probably get him for less, but that should hopefully get us over the line. And indeed it is. There we go. We now have a good backup left back on the bench. I'm going to chuck him in the substitutes and we'll rotate him with Lucas Hernandez when need be. So we've got 2-star French left backs in this team. I'm also just weighing up my options when it comes to if I'm going to get a star right back, who should I get if we're going to knock Kevin Mbabu out of my starting 11. I really don't think I need to, but Joshua Kimmich, a player that I really do rate in real life and would like to pick up maybe here. We've got I actually know how to say his name, but it's just escaped me. I know how to fuck's sake. Hector Bellerin is another one. He's actually at Liverpool right now, but maybe could get him. So maybe another star right back as well. And of course, who could forget about Carson Park? Not higher rated than Kevin Mbabu right now, but probably could be in the future. Also, speaking of former Ajax players, look at this. Per Schurz is actually a free agent right now, 22 years of age, as an 80 rated centre back. I promise you, I did not release him. As a matter of fact, when I joined Ajax from Atlanta, I gave some of my players some pretty suspect release clauses. I didn't even do that this time, to be fair. I don't know how he's ended up in the free agents, but I'm going to sign him because why not? I'm also going to pick up this Caldera guy because he's actually got promising potential. So two blokes from the free agents immediately were signing as well. So a pretty sizable wage cut plus a signing bonus and appearance bonus done. Per Schurz is going to join, and we're going to go and pick up that Caldera free agent as well once we're done here. I should also mention as well that we are going to have a few players leave us in this transfer or at the end of this season and at the beginning of the new transfer window. Some players are retiring, some players are leaving on pre-contracts. For example, Diego Godin is retiring at the end of the season. He's 36 years of age, dropped to a 78, so I'm not so surprised about that. A few other players that might be leaving potentially include this man, Roberto Olibe, who is going. He's 26, 75 overall, so I didn't see much time for him. So yeah, he's off to Burnley. No surprises there. Jonathan Dos Santos came to Atletico Madrid. He's retiring at the age of 32. And then a few other players that maybe could potentially on their way out, Carlos Isaac. But really, the team is going to remain quite the same. And also, when the new transfer window comes in, I don't know if there's any other pre-contract signings that have been made for players that might join us. So we could get a bit of a surprise at the beginning of the new season. Let's see if we are going to be treated to any other signings. I don't know, but we will end the season, we'll advance ahead to the next season and get it underway. And so here we are, start of our first full season with Atletico Madrid, and big plans for this season. I want to win La Liga and maybe even possibly the Europa League if possible. I have got some pretty decent scouts as well. We've got one from New Zealand, South Africa and Ecuador. So I'm not sure if I want to send all three of them to their respective nations. I might just keep it within Europe. Alfie Griffiths, I think I might just send to Italy. I'm going to more or less search Spain's neighbours here, and we'll go to Italy with Alfie Griffiths. I think with Tifu, if that is, Gatcha Tifu. Okay, I think I might send him maybe to, say, Portugal as well. So 9 months for him. And then we'll have Alfonso Campos. We'll send him to Spain. And yeah, we'll look more locally for those 9 months as well. I'm going to advance ahead here, and we will have a few players leaving us this day, but we could also maybe see some players join. I don't know. It might happen, it might not. We have had only Stanley and Soku, who we just picked up, and then those three players leaving the club. Okay, so unlike when we joined Ajax, we had one or two players just join us out of the blue. That has not happened this time. Instead, we just get the left back that we bought in the previous season. We have 127 mil in the budget for this season as well, and I just don't know what I could possibly spend it on to make the team that much better. Again, a right back, like a star world-class right back is on the cards. Might go for Joshua Kimmich. That is probably the only big money signing I'll make, though, I reckon. I really, honestly. Gosh, man, I got to be honest with you. There's just no need. There really is no need for me to make that signing when the team's that good. I think what I might do is give Mbabo a chance for at least the first 6 months. If we need, then I'll spend that money on Kimmich if I don't rate him. Or maybe I'll go for Carson Park. I don't know. But really, I'm looking to keep transfers to a minimum since the team is already that good. The first big game that we play in the Liga Santander is against Real Madrid in the third match week of the season. I am going to immediately play that because that looks like one hell of a way to get this career mode underway. Oh my goodness. I've just been advancing ahead, right? And have a look at this. Milan Skriniar, a lot of our players have release clauses, but Barcelona just paid 209 million for Milan Skriniar. Obviously one of the best centre-backs in the world if he's 92 something rated. I don't want to lose him though. 200 mil Barcelona were willing to pay for him, but I'm going to give this man a brand new contract because I cannot lose it. I do not want to lose him. I mean, honestly, if you take a look at some of our more valuable players, you'll see they have, and just all of our players, a lot of them have a very interesting release clause. It's either very hefty or some you can get on the cheap. I might have to fix up. But Frankie de Jong has a release clause that's about 30 million over his value. You've got Jan Oblak with a release clause. Thomas Lemar, that one's cutting it pretty close as well. Griezmann's is quite heavy. Angel Correa. I might have to do something about a few of these release clauses. Otherwise, I might lose a couple players I don't want to lose. But okay, Milan Skriniar, what's it going to take to keep you? $250,000 a week and a 320 million release clause. Yeah, sure, I'll accept that, you know. If Barcelona are willing to pay that much for him, if they even have the cash, I will. You're hearing me say it now. I would genuinely just let him go, because if anyone's going to pay 300 something mil for a player, then fuck it, they can have him. I'm sure I'd be able to go out and get bloody 290 rated centre backs for that sort of money, maybe even more. Oh my god. Oh my god. And in advancing ahead, I literally just I just spoke about it. I didn't do anything about it. I literally just said that Correa's, oh my god, release clause was cutting it close. I advanced 1 week, 1.5 weeks, and that's that. I've already lost a player to it. Alright, fuck it. Anyone that has a release clause, I am immediately giving you a new contract. Because fuck it, I'm not letting this happen again. Are you serious? I have a good backup in Gelson Martins, but I'm pretty confident that we just lost him to a fucking injury, and now he's out for 6 weeks. I can't believe in less than 2 weeks all this has happened to me. So who's my next best backup then? Oh my god. I'm going to have to play like fucking Coque at right midfield now. That's it. No, anyone that has got a release clause is getting a new contract. I'm fucking sorry. Frankie de Jong, congratulations, you're getting a new contract. Thomas Lemar, yeah, that's cutting it close. You can get a new contract. And who else? Old Black, that's a fair bit of money. Griezmann, that's a fair bit of money. I think everyone else is safe. That's, I'm fucking pissed. I'm fucking pissed. I can't believe I didn't take care of that. And now, look, I've lost myself a great right midfielder. Oh, well, it won't happen again, though. Let's have a look at some of our scouts, what they've come back with. Danny Barrera is probably the best, highest, anyway, overall player that we've found, and he's not that good. Oh, we might have something to talk about here in Portugal, though. Yeah, Carlos Pereira. I swear I see so many Portuguese players with that exact name, but the value is absolutely bitchin', so yes, we're going to get him. He becomes the first player into my youth academy, but there could be more. Alberto Moretti here, good potential. Value could be higher, but because of the great potential, I'll sign him. And then there's also Ricardo Marino. Again, nice value, nice potential, or nice overall. The value is okay. We'll sign him as well. And so the youth academy now begins to start taking shape. These are the drills I'm going to start giving out to begin the season as well. A lot of my younger, more bench reserve players, and Molillo right here, the bloke that looks like he's 35 years old, but you wouldn't believe it. He's actually only 21 right now. And that's a picture of him in like real life today in 2019. So that guy is like 17, 18 years of old, and yet he looks like my dad. I can't believe it. That's crazy. But I'm going to have to start training him up since we're apparently a little bit weaker on the right-hand side. But these are the drills I'm going to give for the meanwhile. And with the first games of the La Liga season getting underway, the first game that we will play against Real Madrid is fast approaching. We've also, by the way, been drawn into our group as well in the Europa League. Since we are going to be missing Champions League this season, we have got PSV, Celtic, and SK Sturm Graz. I'm not exactly sure, but PSV and Celtic. All right, that's why I would assume we're realistically fighting to get out the group with. But come on, our team is bitching, and it shouldn't be in the Europa League in the first place. We've got to go the whole way in this competition, let alone just the group stage. So here's how I'm going to make changes for the Madrid derby. I've got Dembele starting alongside Griezmann. Richarlison, who would normally start in his position, is going to be playing at left midfield because he can play at left wing, left midfield. So that should be fine. Lemar, who would typically be playing at left midfield, is going to go to right midfield to fill in for the injured Gelson Martins. The centre midfield partnership's the same. The back four's the same. Jan Oblak in goal. They're the changes that I'm going to make for this Madrid derby. The first game I'm playing with Atletico. It was Adelaide, it was Atlanta, Ajax, and now Atletico, baby. Here we go. We made a Champions League final with Ajax. I thought that was deserving enough for me to move to a big club. We could have gone to Real Madrid. Instead, it's Atletico Madrid, and we are looking to make this team the new big boys in the Spanish capital. I'm very interested to see too, by the way, what this Real Madrid team is going to look like now that we're about 4 or 5 seasons into the future here. Let's take a look at it then. Thibaut Courtois is still in goal. Their bench have some pretty decent names on it as well. Telles, Stones, Koulibaly there as well. Kovacic, Llorente and Sol. So a former Atletico Madrid player here. Marino's their striker. Odegaard's playing for him. Oh my goodness. And I think I saw... Was that Lucas Vazquez at right wing? I'm not quite sure, but they've still got good players on their bench too. Then our lads, Hernandez, Caldara, Skriniar, and Mbappe. We were able to hold on to Skriniar. We avoided losing him to a release clause, but we ended up losing, sadly, Angel Correa. It's not what you wanted, but it's still a cracking team, and here we go. I did also notice too, by the way, that Bellerin is playing for Real Madrid now. Very interesting, since he was one of the targets that I was looking at for a new left back. As Richarlison bringing it down on that left midfield side, and Bellerin actually comes and closes him down. I'm trying to sneak the ball back off him. He's given it away in an awkward area for him. No, they managed to get a header and clear. Lamar is in here. Oh, down this right-hand side. That's what you want to see. That's exactly what you want to see, or at least I thought it would be. Lamar couldn't find the top corner. How much is that missed by in the end? Actually, quite a fair bit. Wow. Oh, brilliantly won back here. De Jong, excellent stuff. And I can see Griezmann. Griezmann's going to get away. Griezmann, is he going to get a shot off, though? Yes, he will, but it's saved by Courtois. The ball over the top, or is it? Man, Taylor is sticking to him there brilliantly. Griezmann, De Jong. Oh, I can see Lamar. Is Lamar going to get some redemption here? Yes, he will! Thomas Lamar, the first goal I score with Atletico Madrid, comes through the Frenchman. There we go. We take a 1-0 lead in this Madrid derby, and it's really been all Atletico. My managerial career has taken me from Adelaide to the Bernabeu, and we're leading 1-0. Heavier touch, but it's still going to set up Griezmann. Courtois got a hand onto it. Griezmann still scores, and it's 2-0 before half-time. Are we signalling a changing of the guard here? Somewhat in unideal touch from Rodri, who the ball was taken away from him there. Still was able to find Griezmann. Griezmann able to find the back of the net despite a pinky getting on it by Courtois. Lovely stuff to get a goal right before half-time, and I can't imagine there's going to be an awful lot of time left to go here. In fact, there's only been 2 minutes of it. We won't get time for another attack. So here we go. Half-time, we are leading Real Madrid 2-0 in their own stadium. The Bernabeu is becoming our brand new home. I can't wait to play at the Wanda Metropolitano, but right now we are just bossing this game. I might look to make a few substitutions, if possible, after I could get a third. If that is possible, then maybe I'll start rotating the team and seeing what the players on the bench are all about. Oh, good tackle, but then De Jong just tackled it right back into danger. And then I try to pass it out to Dembele, who, I'll be honest, has barely had any involvement in this game at all. Can he maybe get himself open here for a chance? A ball over the top. He's going to run onto this, you know. He's going to take it down. Is he going to finish this one? Oh, yes, he is! A beauty with his left foot. A rocket. How about that? Off of the post and 3-0. Okay, now I feel confident we've got this game in the bag. It would take an epic fuck up. Like, honestly, who's going to blow a 3-0 lead in 45 minutes? It just doesn't happen, you know. Back stick. What a ball. And just a little, tiny little pass into the back of the net will make it 4. Richarlison's got a goal now. This is wild. I never would have expected this. And to be honest, Real Madrid were giving me a tough game, at least to start. That's why I'm so shocked. Maybe the scoreline's a little unfair, because holy hell, I'm just being so clinical today. Every good chance I get, I seem to score. I missed 1 or 2 at the beginning, but every one since then has hit the back of the net. Oh my god. Nah, guys, I can't even believe this. I can't even believe this. It's 5-0. It's fucking 5. It's 5-0. Just slipped in Dembele. He took his touch. I noticed the defenders coming at me, so I immediately let go. Moussa Dembele finds the side netting again. Look at this. This will be a perfect angle. What a hit. I can just do no wrong. Wow, if we are not absolutely annihilating La Liga this season, then I don't know. And Moussa Dembele is sticking his hand up and saying, hey, I should be in this starting 11 full time. Could get another here. Oh my god, it's 6. Oh my god, every single shot I take, I score. I can't believe this. We could be on for like a record-breaking defeat. What's the heaviest defeat Real Madrid has ever had? I might potentially serve it up to them in my first game against them. This is extraordinary. I did not expect this. I thought I was actually going to have a fair challenge, like you know how we were in the Champions League final. We got pretty much annihilated by Man City. No, it's been anything but. Real Madrid just are not the same club anymore. Oh, look, I can see it. I can see it. Dembele's away. Dembele's got a hat-trick on here if he can get it. Defender's not sticking with him at all. Oh, and it's in! It's 7! Where was the centre-back going? Just was doing nothing. Dembele has a hat-trick against Real Madrid. He's not even in my starting lineup. I can't believe this. It's 7. It is heaven for Atletico Madrid. What else could this game give us? Is it 8-0 possibility on the cards? That would just be something else. They could maybe get one here right at the end. Don't let him. I want to keep a clean sheet. Please, clear this ball, get rid. Thank you very much, Richarlison. And that is 3 minutes to stoppage time. Referee. Oh my God. It is the biggest win I think I have ever had. Even when we were with Atlanta in the MLS dominating, I don't think we had. And that is a summation of the day. Dembele had 3 shots and scored 3 goals. That is just how the day went for me today. Unbelievable. Every shot I took, it felt like was going in. And we have battered Real Madrid on ultimate difficulty in the Santiago Bernabeu in La Liga. Things will never be the same after this. Holy hell. We had 11 shots in total for that game, 10 on target. Of those 10, we scored 7. And Real Madrid had 1 shot. 1 shot in the whole game. And they actually had more possession than us in the first half. It blows my mind, that whole game. I couldn't believe it. That is the sort of game that is going to get a coach, at least a coach of Real Madrid, fired. It is done. Zinedine Zidane would have lost his job after that. And pretty much immediately after that game, Chelsea Martins is back into the starting 11. So we'll see what he's like. But I got to be honest, that team that just put Real Madrid to the sword and beat them 7-0, I almost like Lamar at right midfield now. I like Richarlison at left midfield and having Dembele in the starting lineup. I don't know. We'll still give Martins a go and see what he's like, though. Well, I think that game's the only game I'll play for the first episode. Oh my God, there's no topping it. I'm going to leave it with the game against PSV in the Europa League. That'll be the first game that I play at home. It'll be the first Europa League game that I play, and it's also going to be at the Wanda Metropolitano. So we get to walk out onto that first stadium for the first time. As we come out of the new month, though, or enter the new month, should I say, we always get a training injury, first of the new month. It always fucking happens. And Milan Skriniar is out for 2 months. So, we lost Martins, and now we've lost our highest rated, or second highest rated player, technically, Jan Oblak's 93. He barely had to do anything in that last game, but yeah, Skriniar's out, and we've got some scout reports. We've got Bruno Carmona here. The value is, oh yes, and the potential is great. We'll sign him. We've got Esteban Fuentes. Good value once again. Yep, we'll get him. Some Portuguese players that look okay. Gabriel Miranda, nice potential. The value is there. The overall, I think, yep, we'll get him. And in Italy, I got to be honest, this is like the first actually disappointing batch of scout reports that we've got so far, you know. I mean, there's some nice potentials in there, but in terms of overalls, it's not that great. But yeah, we'll sim the rest of the games that we have left in this. But yeah, we'll sim all the games in between now and that game against PSV, and then we'll leave the episode there. We have a home game in La Liga against Eibar. Do we get the win? We do. We just about managed it despite getting a red card. Next up, we have our first game in the Europa League against Sturm Graz. Again, not sure. But we are the away side. Lamar scores early though, but we only manage a draw. Man, even our amazing, unfucking believable team could only get a draw away against this mob. Another away game, this time in La Liga. It's against Levante, skipping ahead again. Fucking away games, brother. I tell you what, we lose, I think, our first game in La Liga, and it's to Bardi as well that grabs the goal. Fucking crazy. All right, we go back home now for Alaves. Do we get a win? We surely have to. We're the home team. We get a comfortable one, but an injury to Antoine Griezmann in the 52nd minute. Thankfully, it's a nothing injury. It's a head cut. He's out for a day, and yeah, he'll be right back for the next game. And this, the final game that we have to play in before the PSV game in the Europa League. It's an away game. There's an injury, not to us, and we took the lead. And we go on to win just about. Rodri, yes, getting a brace. Zaza scored a penalty. I'm sure it took him a long time to get there to take it. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But we do get the win. And then it is a good week-long break until the next game. So we'll be fully rested for it, hopefully, with only the one injury left for Skriniar. Oh, and also a red card for Caldara. How could I forget? He got it in the last Europa League game. So I'm going to have to go with 2 new centre-backs for this one as well. Oh boy. Well, we are currently tied third, technically, if you want to put it that way. Of course, we're up on goal difference, but we are tied on points with Barcelona and Villarreal. And despite absolutely smacking Real Madrid to bits 7-0, they're still not too far off with 4 wins, 2 draws, and the 1 sole loss that we absolutely gave out to them. Look at their goal difference. 12 goals conceded in 7 games, and we're responsible for more than half of them. Oi, oi. Well, the Atletico Madrid career mode is underway, lads. Thank you so much for watching the first. Until the next episode of the Journey career mode, my name is the MasterBucks. Thank you all for watching, and have a good one.